to say so compliments what he has said that I felt like that was kind of God telling me, go ahead, Daniel Black, and say it. And so I really came to just say two things very quickly. And in many ways, I'm not talking to 90% of you in this room. I'm talking to the essay winners. I wanted to say something to the young people. And I'm going to say this the way I feel it because I think it's very important. Number one, we have made an egregious error as black people. And the error we made as black people was not to give our children what we had. We should have given them exactly what we had. There are too many TVs in bedrooms. There are far too many leniencies. There are allowances and you ain't done nothing. And then we want a child to blossom magically at 16 and 17 into this hard-working academic. When really what we've created is a lazy, spoiled brat. But we did it. We did it. That's not the children. We did it. But we really did it, and we really have to take responsibility for this. What we really should have done, you know what we really should have done? What we should have done was to tell a child, the second I rise in the morning, you rise with me. I go to church, so you do too. There is no money without work. None. You can't live here and not contribute. If we had kept that, the ethic that our grandparents had, we would have taken this country over by now. It would belong to us completely. I have some family members here who I'm going to recognize in a minute, but I come from a father who, if I could have shot him as a child, I told him that man would have been dead 10 times over. This man believed in work more than he believed in the salvation of Jesus. And he made sure we believed in it too. The first time I slept past 7 o'clock a.m., and this is no lie, on any given day, I was in college. When I got to college and saw that some classes started at 8 o'clock, I was wondering why they start so late. You know, because by 8 o'clock in the country, we had half the day's work done. But now as a college professor, and this is my 20th year as a faculty member, I teach at Clark Atlanta and at Morehouse College in Atlanta. And I'm appalled. I am literally appalled at what we send to college. The U-Hauls that accompany children to college as if they're about to move into a hotel. But we have to be very careful because, and I'm part of this too, as we chuckle, we did it. We did this. We told our children, be better than me. That was an error. Don't ever tell a child to be better than you when you fed them every day. Don't ever tell a child to be better than you when the light switch worked every time they hit it. Don't ever tell a child to be better than you when you went to work constantly. You on the same job for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. No, tell that child, be like me. And get up and do something. We're facing now, y'all, a generation of young, brilliant, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black kids. Brilliant, beautiful black kids. But their work ethic and their ability to persevere is very challenging. It is very challenging. But the error was that we thought we would give them what we never had. We thought we would give, and that was the problem. You don't give children an opportunity. You teach them how to earn it. And if you don't earn it, you don't get it. You don't have it, and you come up out of my house. It's going to take that kind of community. It's going to take that kind of ethic to make a child decide that I want excellence. And nothing less than excellence will do. I had a PhD at 26. And I realized why I had it. I really do realize why I had it. When I left home and went to college, I said, and read versus chopping cotton, versus shucking corn, versus getting feeding hogs. I said, I can do this. I got this. But when a child leaves a hotel called home, where we still washing clothes and they bigger than you, where they eat and leave the table as if they're a guest, sure, it takes a child 5 and 6 years to finish 1 degree. In fact, they're in shock. And they're in shock because we did not teach them the excellence and the beauty of hard work. Hard work is divine. Hard work is glorious. Hard work is correct. Hard work is right. And you're not going to have a living thing without it. I teach my students. Most students have learned to avoid my classes. It's been really very fun. I really don't like this. I really don't. Because I love my students. I really do. Because I tell my students, I'm going to give you an A or an F. I don't give B's and I don't give C's. You either learn this or you come again. And why? Because when Harriet Tubman was running from the South North, she couldn't get to North Carolina and say, child, you know, look here. I don't know about this running. Surely there were days when King didn't feel like marching. Surely. That doesn't mean the march is canceled. That doesn't mean that. It means you take a deep breath. And you get up and you say, we continue anyway. And that's the legacy that we come to the table with. I'm going to close by saying, I had an encounter with a person a couple of months ago that changed my life. I've been writing novels just for the past couple of years, and I met someone in Atlanta who read Perfect Peace. And I met her on the street. I actually knew who she was. I saw her coming. She was in town for this big event. And I said, ma'am, oh my God, you have to know how much I love you and how much I love your work. And she said, what's your name? And I said, my name is Daniel Black. And she said, oh, did you write Perfect Peace? And I said, yes, have you heard of that book? She said, heard of it? Are you kidding me? Perfect Peace might be my favorite novel now. And I said, oh my God, you've read this book? She said, this is the only book that has probably kept me up at night in 20 years. And she said, brother, you don't know who you are. You don't know what you're doing. You gotta know that Perfect Peace is going to change the face of the earth. It's going to change the world. And she was going on, and I'm starting to cry. It's just really the craziest thing. And she said, I want to help you get where you need to go. But this is what really moved me. She said, somebody sent you well. She said, the quality of your writing, the quality, thank you for giving us some literature that's not junk and smut. And so she went on and she said, look, here's my personal phone number. You know, we went through all this whole thing. She said, you got to keep it private. She said, but I promise you, I'm going to help you get where you need to go. In just 1 minute, the whole world is going to know you. And I said, ma'am, you know, she said, just give it a second. It's going to happen. You're young, just give it a minute. And I was talking to Alice Walker. And so I flew from Atlanta overnight simply to say, we have got to recognize that we were already excellent before we had material things. We were excellent people already. We were enormous, and we still are enormous. But let the children cry, let the children moan, let the children beg, let the children plead, let the children complain, and do all of that and keep that standard. Thank you.